to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Alrighty. Look for a motion to approve the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second. We have a first and second in discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda's approved. Approve the minutes from November 24th.
I read through them and I guess the only question I had was we tabled that motion on the DOT tour detour, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So hopefully Ben finds something out. So someone asked me about that. I said, well, way I remember we tabled it. So,
Yeah, Ben was gonna talk to him and see if, say him, he didn't like the route and see if they could change it.
so I'll make a motion.
Second it.
We have first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's all approved. General public concerns. Everybody up on the board? Good. Any concerns? Zip, okay.
No, she zipped it.
Zip it, all right. Seeing no general public, we'll move on down to Julie.
Okay. Thank you for putting me on that agenda.
Welcome.
Julie's here.
Thanks.
Executive Director.
Yeah, Julie Edwards, Executive Director of UDMO. Been here a few times now, so hopefully not quite as nervous. First of all, I want to start off thanking you for your continued support. As you know, or some of you know, all counties do not support us, and we appreciate your support. It allows us to provide quality, low-cost, efficient services, and we can meet the needs of your community in conjunction with the food pantry. Like, that's a great partnership. We'll look over some of the numbers, but in previous years, I've been talking to you about our numbers were duplicated because of the data system that we have. Well, we did get a new data system. The story with that is we got two at the same time. So staff were pretty overwhelmed with learning two new systems. Lewis is the one that the state developed. There were some issues, still some issues with reporting. It's a struggle, but they've been working hard through it. I will say their staff did work diligently, nights and weekends. So at the times I received emails, so it was a problem, but they're working through it. The other system is a system that Community Actions went to called Empower. That's been going well, but it's a new system. And staff had to do dual entry, so they had to enter into both systems if they were accessing like LIHEAP, so our energy program. So the numbers may not be totally accurate. Hopefully next year, you know, more skill, more practice, we will get better at it. As you can see from the first page, that in the past year, which ended in September, at the end of September, UDMO delivered a total of $461,137 of direct assistance to clients in Humboldt County. You invested $12,000. This year, we are requesting $15,000. If you look at the next page, I'm on the 2-page handout kind of thing, sorry. This is from October 2025 to, it should be October 2024 to September 2025. Have a typo there, it looks like. The first chart is about the number of households we assisted. And within that category of outreach is probably the one that you're looking at first. That is whoever walked through our door one time. In previous reports, you would get if they walk through our door for food, if they walk through our door for holiday. So this is a truer number. And we went back and tried to sort out the old data because they imported some of that. Keep in mind, in 2022, we had COVID, so that increased our numbers and dollars. 2023, same story. 2024 was probably a pretty accurate year in this county. And then in 2025, we were able to produce some unduplicated numbers. So you can see, I kind of looked at, look at 2022, we had 474 households walk through our door. This past year, we had 473. In COVID, we had in the 470s, and then in 2024, 438. So I'm thinking it's probably close to accurate. I'm sure we missed some clients, but there still was an increase from last year. Energy, that column talks about crisis if you're gonna be shut off for your electricity or if you apply for LIHEAP. We had 213 households who received that assistance. Housing works with finding stable housing, maybe paying deposits and a few months rent to get them stabilized. And we had 8 clients in Humboldt County access that program. And weatherization, you have to apply for LIHEAP and receive it. You have to own your own home. And then you have to be on a prioritization list from the state and get chosen. So you could be on there a number of years, and 12 households received our weatherization program. If you go through the dollar in the next graph, it talks about in outreach for this past year, we distributed $175,000, almost $600 of assistance. Energy, $145,400. Housing, almost $21,000. And weatherization, $119,000. The total in your county, as I previously stated, was $461,137. So pretty good return on your investment, and providing a gamma of services to residents in Humboldt County. Most of our supervisors ask some data. Give me some demographics. Who are you serving? So on the bottom of the page, that's what I put in. Remember, these are only numbers of who came through our door. So I'm not looking at your whole population in your county. I'm looking at UDMO clients. 36% of those were children, 0 to 17. 42% were 18 to 59. So from a supervisor perspective, 42% of the population that come through our doors are of the age that they could be working. 22% are retired at age 60 or above. So many of those are retired. 25 were individuals were veterans or active military. And out of the 42% who are of the age to work, 35% of those were working. 25% had to diagnose disability. Something that was interesting is 46% of your households were single household families, which means most of them
Well,
were
that makes sense.
together. So 14% had a female head of household. 42% own their own home, which is higher than most other counties we serve. That number surprised me.
Yeah.
But that also could relate to your higher weatherization number. Usually if you get a handful of homes, yeah,
To get the weatherization.
right. 25% are at 100% or below, which is for a single head of household, they're making $15,000 gross income. And then we threw on SNAP there because SNAP has been in the news lately. And so 36% of the people that come, 36% of the households that come through UDMO do also receive SNAP benefits. So, and in most of our counties in the past month, when SNAP benefits went away for a while, we did see an increase in clients. Some up to 30 new clients in that month. So it did have an impact. I do think they haven't quite recovered from that. So I anticipate to see more. Any questions about
I do have a
information?
question.
Okay.
Said earlier on that not all the counties you service service.
Correct. And that is a real sticking point for our board. And we are trying to access services and support from that county.
She gets tired
Is it
of
just
making
one?
voices about it.
Yes,
It's just one.
yes, yes.
Tell us who it is.
It's Webster.
Okay,
So it's one of our largest counties.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So we're working on that. We do have a member on our board. And we are looking to purchase a building in Webster because that's where our most services are. Even in this time of declining budgets, we have expanded services in Webster County. So we've hired more staff there and would like to not lease, but own a building. Yeah. Any other questions?
Can you briefly give them an overview of the what ifs? Where the government shut down,
Sure.
we're operating, but
Yeah.
we haven't got all of the, I'm on your board, so
Right.
I get we.
Correct. We've done a lot of meetings during the government shutdown, pretty much fills our day. Between every program we run has their own meeting. So we've done lots of planning. Back in January, we operate Head Start. We don't operate Head Start in your county, but we planned for a government shutdown or lack of funding there. So we have a strategic plan. This last round, CSBG, which is Community Service Block Grant, affects our outreach offices the most because that's what we use those federal dollars for, is to pay the staff, pay the rent, utilities, that type of thing. And then whatever money's left over, we also provide services with that CSBG money. During the shutdown, we as UDMO had enough money to run through December. Then we had strategically made plans for reducing our offices. We went around, met with every single staff. There would have been a few that would have been temporarily laid off, and then some that would have worked. What we were trying to do is to keep every county office open by having some of our staff drive, because it would result in some of the offices being open less. Humboldt was not one of those. Your partnership with, our partnership with your county and the food bank keeps that open 4 days a week. So that kind of saves you, like Palo Alto saves them because they have general relief. UDMO operates that. So that pays for a day for our staff to be there and can then provide food. So those partnerships that go a little deeper do get priority in our strategic planning. At this point, funding is coming through, and the government's reopened and they are reimbursing. So maybe slower reimbursement, but that's where it is. So we do
And
have,
the other thing in the summertime, when
yes, we have
we
reduced that.
reduced.
Right. We used to be shut down. Yes, we've reduced, next year we will be open one more week than we had been. So we will continue to try to increase that as funds increase. But as the government legislators talk about CSBG, they're talking about your outreach office. So if you're listening to the news or reading, that indicates what we will be able to do or not do.
I know during SNAP, you had influx of people. How many people, are able to get healed up and move on from this?
I think they all will, eventually, but when you have to pick and choose what you're gonna pay.
Sure.
Like all of us, if we chose not to pay our rent, then we're gonna have to do double the next month when that cash comes through. So it's gonna play on their budgeting too. And
I
what
was just curious what
food they did.
percentage.
Yeah, and that, these numbers are not in here.
Okay.
But I thought you'd like to know last year's numbers, because
thank
as you, because this data ends at the end of September and the shutdown didn't happen yet.
Okay.
So it makes it a little. I also provided you with UDMO's annual report from last year that runs the same time frame from October 2024 through September of this year, 2025. So every page that talks about a program tells you what counties we are in. Even though UDMO serves 12 counties, we actually expand in that report to 22 counties. So we have a large area that we cover. Any other questions?
Did you guys get blessed with snowing too?
Yes, of course we
If
did.
you need.
Every
something,
school's 2 hours.
blow your trunk or
No,
something.
no, we don't need any more snow. No,
Send the load home.
no, thank you.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah, well, thank you for letting me come share. If you ever have any questions, just let me know. Or stop down at the office. If they don't know, they will find out. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yep, have a good week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Diane. You wanna stand up and come up, why don't you have to sit down here?
It's,
This kind of keeps going on and on, gentlemen, but,
welcome back.
yeah. Or maybe the last time, but, as you all know, that I will be done and putting in the request for Nicole in my office to hire the clerk, the third person in the office. Any questions?
This is something that we've had, I mean, it's not, it's in.
Yeah, I'm on the agenda, so I'm here again, but
We're not adding, we're replacing,
correct.
so. And I do know that I had some concerns from some board members and people that, do we need that much staff? But your office, if someone's sick, it'll be closed over the noon hour or at some point through the day. Vacation times, if there's only 2 people. It easily be closed, and it's an office that can't be closed. There's a lot goes on through that office. That
Thank you.
affects the realtors in town, lawyer,
Bankers,
bankers, lawyers,
everything's pretty time sensitive.
so.
You got many applicants or you just?
Well, we just started.
Yep.
One that I know of that was hand delivered, so,
Oh, okay.
you
I know you had it posted in the.
heard it on the radio. Yeah, we had
Transfers.
do it internally.
Requests or no?
one.
Why? Okay.
So let us know, I guess Nicole will be involved.
Yeah, yep, it's all been, yep.
She'll be the one that does the hiring, or in the interview process, actually, we'll probably do the hiring. How's that gonna
All
work?
3 of us have decided to sit in on the interview. Mary Beth, Nicole and me just, if they have any. But, in a webinar a long time ago, we learned that you hire a personality that fits well with your office and train them to do the job because, we're with who we work with longer than we are with our spouses, and you want to have a good personality and you can kind of feel the vibe of that person. So, I think it's a good plan to involve everybody in deciding who's gonna fit.
Okay,
Appreciate
got
you.
our blessing and. Let us know when you get a candidate,
Do you need a motion? Let's do that.
you want a motion for that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just,
I'll make a motion to allow them to hire the clerk position.
second of. Have a first and a second. Any more questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have closed session, it's last thing on there except for, committee or. Committee reports. You wanna do those quick?
Sure.
Okay.
On Wednesday, or excuse me, Tuesday night, I did my UDMO monthly meeting. I'll just say that Julie already mentioned that the offered another offer in on a building down there, which I wasn't happy about, but I guess I'm only one of 20 people that get the vote. But anyway, I was gonna ask her today if they got any reply back, but other than that, everything's running pretty good with them. So that's all I had.
I had nothing.
Tuesday wrote a report for the annual District 2 Supervisor meeting in Mason City. We're gonna be going to. Bob, I think, wants to go. Started rereading the supervisor handbook. There's 120 pages. I got halfway through it, got bored with that. County Ordinance 26, Article 5, Ag District A1, Section 344.6, Article 6, Ag District A2, Section 4.8 to 5. It basically, when Kevin was reading highlights of the ordinance, I knew I read it somewhere and I went back and that's where I found it. I just wanted to reread it. Wednesday, had a bunch of wind energy phone calls, both for and against. that had a group that was thinking about showing up, that's for wind energy to show up for the board, but they're not here today, maybe later this month. They said they might get a group to come together. 28th, went out and checked roads just to see how bad they were. It was,
Did you go on it like 2 a.m. like you used to?
actually 6:30. But no, just to see what it was like out there and see how much of a mess it's going to be. Sunday I went out and checked roads again, went County K, 200th Street, Iowa Avenue. I went down and checked some gravels that, we haven't got mowed. And there's a pretty good chunk of crap on them, so.
At this point, it's probably over.
Well, and that's, yeah, to dovetail with that, we were short people, and we opened up a big project.
The wing will knock the grass down now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a combination of shortage of employees.
And starting a huge project that you're gonna need everybody being 3 people short. I mean, that's basically nuts and bolts. East to west of town never got bladed since June but once. It's Humboldt County maintenance, west of town.
West of town in one certain area did not, yeah, but that was due to what we operate.
Shortage of people.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have.
All right. The only thing, I had a few conversations with the city manager about, public safety. So, that's it. At Thanksgiving dinner. All right, I think we're done with your reports. We're moving to closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session. Iowa Code 21.5-1C, strategies with the council.
Seconded.
Okay, I need a roll call vote for closed sessions. Bruce,
Aye.
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Dana, I'm also aye. Okay, we are in closed session.